Hello, everybody. I think we're live. So we're just going to be waiting for people to come in. If you're watching the replay, just fast forward till something's happening. I'm going to be chatting first, showing a few things. I'm going to show some happy mail from Dee Dee Willingham. We're going to use that today. And this was just a couple prints I did today, just warming up my Gelliplate. Oh, I got to turn down the volume. There we go. That's just warming up the Gelliplate. And I was going to show one of my coloring. Sorry about that. I forgot to put, I thought I did put do not disturb on. Sorry. That was just my son phoning me. Let me just text him to tell him that I'm live and I can't. Sorry. Answer. Oh gosh. Sorry about that again. He just tried to phone me again. I hope it's not an emergency. I've asked him to text me, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. He should be at work. I don't think it's going to be that serious, but anyhow, let's get back to our live stream. Sorry. Oh, a bunch of people came in. Okay, let's go. Let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Raul. Hi, Dar. Hi, Judy. Hi, Lena. Lena just went live. I missed it, but I'm going to go check out her replay later. I suggest you all check her out. Maybe Dar can put Lena's link in there. Hi, Kathy Brooks. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Charmaine. That's fine. In and out as you want, for sure. Let's see. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Colleen McKeeman. Sorry. Hi, Kathleen. All right. Okay. I'm just going to check if my son texted me. Oh, he's just filling out a form. Sorry. We'll fill out the form together when he gets home. There we go. All right. Thanks, Dar. Okay, so I'm going to show work in progress at Dee Dee's this morning. We're sort of talking about how, like, she was jelly printing, and she says she doesn't jelly print very often. And I was like, yeah, it's fun to do different things. I do lots of different things that I don't do on screen. Hi, Christine. Hi, Gerald. I just find that jelly printing for me works well to do on screen. Like it's fairly quick. It's easy to explain. But sometimes I'll do other things. They don't get as many views, but I still do them sometimes, especially in a video. But one of the things I was going to show is this. A couple days ago, I started coloring in this Alien Worlds by Kirby Rosannes. And I've got several of his books, and I got turned on to coloring by Dee Dee Willingham when I saw how you can use different mediums to color. This is a cool book. I don't know. I'm going to try to go up a bit higher here. There we go. Okay, so this is it's a work in progress. It's not done, but this is one of the alien pages I started. So I did one of the techniques that Dee Dee shows where you base out your coloring page. So I just used these grabby watercolors to do the base colors. And Janet M. Young enabled me to buy this set. It was on sale at Amazon Canada. So, and this is a great little sharpener that Dee Dee was showing, and I got it and I love it. It's fantastic. So that's in progress. I thought I'd share just a few things that I do besides jelly printing. I feel like I should have made this hill the same teal color, but anyhow. And if you want to see a flip through of this book, there's lots of, you just have to check YouTube. There's lots of flip throughs of this book by Kirby Rosannes and a lot of other ones. So I just wanted to share that to start. This is the little turtle palette that I was using when I was coloring. Those are all the crayons I'm using. And I always tend to, when I start a coloring page, I tend to finish it because I like to know what crayons I was using, what paints I was using. That way I'm not trying to figure out what pencils to use. Excuse me. Who did I miss? Hi, Mariah. Thanks, Shelley. Thanks, Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Tammy. Da, da, da. Hi, Diane. Okay, so the other thing I was going to show was, before I showed Dee Dee's Happy Mail, is, for example, this is a magazine journal. I cut the magazine in a square. It's a local journal. And this was something I started back in 2019. And you're going to hear me mention Dee Dee a lot. Dee Dee really introduced me to the world of art journaling. I found her and I kind of went down the rabbit hole and found a bunch of you guys as well. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. I do have a flip through on my channel, but it's about 4 years old. And I think I must have sped up the video because I kind of took a peek at it and my voice is a lot higher. So I think I sped it up. She looks like a Met Gala girl. Cool. Yeah, with the flower theme. So that I just sort of painted on top. So I'm just going to do like a super quick flip through if I can back up enough. So the idea is it's like a desk journal where you just kind of wipe off, you know, extra paints. That's it. I don't love every page, but it's a bit of collage, a bit of jelly printing. Like this is a jelly print tissue. I think I glued down and I threw this goat on. These are jelly printed forms. So jelly printing, you can use it lots of different ways. Again, this was a jelly print. So was this. A lot of this was done back in 2019. This is just paint. This has magazine. I don't think it has any jelly prints. Maybe this is a jelly print, or that is. That's just some collage and some painting out of things. Oh, Shelley, you don't want to hear my high voice. This is a reverse collage, Dee Dee Williams style. I think it was like a fountain, and then I kind of painted out reverse collage out of this planet. This is a jelly print, or no, maybe it's just a punch out from a magazine. This is a sticker that I won. These are jelly prints in the background and just a bit of collage on top. That's a jelly print. So I'm just showing this to show that there's lots of ways to use jelly prints. These were, I just painted out the background in white and maybe green, and then I cut out jelly prints to make this spread. Hi, Babs. And washi tape. I'm just going to flip quick. I'm pointing out jelly prints. That's a jelly print. That's a jelly print. Some collage. And then if you want to get more information about the details, that's a coloring page. We're going to be using coloring pages today in a moment. So if you want more details, I will link the video below. It's like from 4 years ago. It's like the 7th video I ever did. So if you want more information on all of these, you can go ahead and look at that. Just trying to pull out so far. A lot of these are reverse collage or collage, mixed media, doodling. I'm just trying to find, so this was the first image transfer that I successfully did back in 2019. So that's where that all started. And just some painting out and some, I don't think this has any jelly prints, just some painting. This definitely has some jelly printing. So you can see, you can just take a regular magazine. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can use craft paints, a magazine, and imagery to make a make a journal. So it doesn't have to be fancy. Another washi tape page. So I'm just going really fast. I hate this page, but whatever. I think this is a brayer off sheet. Just to give you guys some background on me and a bit of my journey. That was my cat, Abby, and she was a Devon Rex, and that's where my channel name comes after. This is all jelly prints. I made a hummingbird, and then this is all jelly prints in the background. So I'm not looking at chat. I'm just going to zoom through this. These were lights on, I think it was like a kitchen scene. So the only thing I kept here was these lights and this girl, I think. And then this was an image transfer onto tissue, and that was the original image. And so that's like a bit of my background journey. And then that's a jelly print. So anyways, I just thought I would share that. I was just thinking about, you know, letting you guys know that I do other stuff as well. I do a lot of jelly printing on my channel, but I do I do other stuff. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. So thanks guys for bearing with me as I show you those old pages. Hi Nina. And like I said, if you want more details or a slower flip through, check out my high voice video from about 4 years ago. So I won a giveaway at Dee Dee's stream. I won these coloring pages, and Dee Dee wanted me to try to do a transfer with these. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try it. So what I did is this one I think has the best success because it's got lots of dark areas. So I did do some copies of it first because it's probably going to ruin this page. So I did a couple copies that I can color later. And I'm just going to show you, I think these images were from Diamonds and Something, a coloring book that she had. So I'm going to show you that this probably won't work for an image transfer, but then we're going to do a technique that I've seen quite a few people doing. I've done it before, but I don't think I've ever done a video or a live stream about it, where you put your image underneath your jelly plate and you trace it, and then you color it in, and it gives you kind of like an illustrative type of look. So we're going to do that. I will start with this image transfer first, just to show that I don't think it's going to work. So I did warm up my jelly plate first to give it the best success. Hi, Sherry. And then Dee Dee threw in some cool butterflies with that. So I'm hoping to do some sort of giveaway today. Is my lighting okay? I can see that I don't know. I think I'm trying to be in frame here. This light here is very yellow. I don't like the yellowness of that. Let's see if I turn it off, if it's better. Hey, Dee Dee, I just showed the coloring pages you sent me from the giveaway. We're going to try this transfer. I don't think it's going to work because I don't think the black is glossy enough. But we'll try it. I did make a copy of that image so that when that gets ruined, people won't yell at me and go, "You ruined that image. What are you doing?" All right. And I also showed my first magazine journal that you inspired, Dee Dee, if you want to zoom back and just sort of watch. I'm going to do a tracing thing that people have been doing. I know Carrie Gibson has done it. Colleen and Kathy did it. So I'm going to do a tracing as well. So we are going to use the coloring book pages. We're just going to start off with the transfer just to test it, because you don't know unless you try it, right? All right, so thin layer of paint. I did warm up my plate beforehand. These are some of my warm-up prints that I did using one of my stencils designs. So let's just go for it. Let's just do this transfer. I'm trying to find my roll-off page here. We'll just give it a try. Never know. Just gonna use a little bit of this black, Mars Black Liquitex Basics. So just to be clear, I don't think this is gonna work. So, all right, but we'll try it. I told Dee Dee I would try it, so I'm going to try it. So you want this fairly thin, like almost see-through, and my brayer is leaving some. Okay, so we're going to put it down. We're going to give it a quick smush. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, I'm setting the bar low because I'm 100% sure it's not going to work. So it almost worked, actually. Interesting enough. I can try to wipe that off. I don't think it's going to wipe off. So it's almost worked. I think some coloring book pages would work if the ink is a little bit shinier. So I wiped it off, not usable, but we'll see. So you can see here, like, it almost worked. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do that technique where you trace a picture, and then I'm going to use Pan Pastels to fill it in. Would a copy work? A laser copy would probably work, Dee Dee, but I don't have a laser printer. But it would have to be a good quality laser print with, I don't know if you'd do it in color. Like, I don't have a laser printer. So, but a laser print, if you do laser printing, it would work. And that brings me to another point. If you're using these images from other sources, you can use it for your own use, but I would not use it in like art that you're selling due to copyright. Julie said she just glued gold butterfly into her mixed media envelope journal. Nice. Yeah, it has to be a toner like a laser print would have. So coating it with something glossy first. I don't think that would work because the whole thing would be equally glossy. And the point of the transfers is that you have part of the ink that resists picking up the paint. That's my opinion. All right, so let's do the Tracy. So I showed Dee Dee's, I'll just show it again. This is that's a copy of the one we just tried. Just a jet print copy. This is a giveaway I won. So I think these would be cool to do that technique where you trace them on the plate, and then I'm going to use Pan Pastels to color it. Let's do her. I think she'd be cool. So I could put it under. This is actually a frame. So I'm just going to slip it in, and then it's not going to move too much. Let's put it at the bottom, and then we can extrapolate her headpiece. So when Carrie's Mixed Media, when she did this technique, she used a Posca pen. And I don't know that my pen has enough in it, but I pulled out a alcohol marker that we could try instead. Oh, Mariah said there's an idea. What's the idea? You could use Posca to redraw on the actual coloring page, then would get a resist. Interesting. We could try that. I'm going to do this first, and then maybe on my other Gelliplate we can try that. So I'm going to stand up because if I'm drawing at an angle. So I'm going to start with her nose. Oh gosh, that feels weird. That feels weird. I'm going to start over. The plate's like, because the plate is like a lot higher. So I've done this before, but it was a long time ago. And I don't know that this is a fine, it's probably better with a finer point. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like just going ahead and using the alcohol marker. Or maybe it's not very fine point either. No, let's use the Posca. Okay. Hi, Safia. Hi, Julie. You have an old one, oh, an old laser printer that's not available. So yeah, I can try that technique. I'm going to bring this down, and then that way I can bring myself down to you. I'm just going to try. I'm going to kind of go at an angle so that I can really get over top of this. So I don't think the lady I'm doing is going to look as pretty as the original. I'm just going for essence. Sorry, I'm not going to be talking much because and then you have to let Poscas dry. I think I'll add her eyelashes after, maybe. Do her crease. And the Gelliplate does move. Like I said, I haven't done this in quite a while. I don't feel like doing her whole, I'm not going to do her whole nose. I'm going to use the Pan Pastels to do that. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll use the Pan Pastels over it. So again, I did not invent this technique. I've recently seen, I've done it before, and I've recently seen Kathy Berg and Colleen do this technique. Carrie's Mixed Media, she's done it recently. I think Carrie the Crafter did one on like a floral coloring book page. You can do this over top of magazine images as well. And because this is someone else's artwork, I would not use this in something that I would sell. I'll probably simplify some of her headdress here, just for time's sake. And I'm trying not to put my arm into the Posca. If you had like some stamps, you could use this. Like if you had some feather stamps, you could use that instead of tracing. So I'm just going to kind of simplify it. So everybody should check out Dee Dee's stream from this morning. She did some fun jelly printing. Hopefully I'm not smushing. And then I'm going to use Pan Pastels, but you can use makeup. I've used makeup from the dollar store. I'll show my test sheet of that momentarily. I think I'll simplify her little danglies. I'm just going to kind of freestyle those a little bit. So you could do more details, but I don't think I have the patience for that. If you weren't, if I wasn't live streaming, I might take more time, but I just kind of want to show you guys the technique. And sorry, I can't really read chat. Thanks, Dar. So I am kind of freestyling a little bit. And then we're going to colorize it using the Pan Pastels. I think we'll do the dots here. Is everybody all ready for Mother's Day? In Canada and the US, we have Mother's Day this coming weekend. Now I'm curious. Ugh, I don't think I want. I don't know if I have the patience to do all of those. Look and see if I have a stamp. Hey, Rosemary. Hey, Tori. Hi, Miriam. Sorry, I'm not really watching chat a lot as I'm trying to get her done. Oh, I could use this stamp maybe. This is a little stamp. I could use that kind of for her hair. Let's do that because I am running out of patience. Let me get my a small Gelliplate to load that up. Hi, April. All right. Oh, that's not enough paint. I think, Mariah, that's a PM Artist Studio stamp, right? The foam stamp. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of do that to fill in some areas. You could use a stencil. I think you guys get the idea. Yeah, I thought it was kind of, it's the closest I have to like a feather, so maybe I'll even put it on there. And then we'll let that dry for a few minutes, and then I can try that idea that Mariah suggested. Just going to wipe this. This needs a little other one. All right. Let's pull this out. Like I said, I'll probably add her eyelashes after. So I'm going to pull that out. So there's our lady. And like I said, you could use the magazine image. I'm just going to fix her eye a little bit. I feel like her eyes are not very even. And remember, when you're coloring it in, whatever you put down first is what's going to show. Okay, so Mariah's idea was to use this as a resist, use the Posca as a resist. So I'm just going to dry this, and then we'll use a Posca over top of it and see if that does a resist. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, it is very Art Nouveau. All right, so this will I'm just going to keep it simple just as a test. So Mariah's idea was to use the Posca paint and then see if that would create enough of a resist to transfer the image. I don't know if it matters that I've got paint on here already, but we'll just keep it simple. I don't know if you guys can see the image very well, but I can kind of see it. I can see it pretty well enough to trace it. And then we'll see if this gives us enough of a resist, right? Might as well try. Oh, I don't have the patience to do all those little pearls. So I'm just going to kind of make up my own. And then we'll do her hair really. And her little flapper headband. Oops. I'm losing my Posca juiciness. So here at my channel, I'm not really about results as much as I am about trying things, experimenting, hopefully with some good results, but not always. I don't remember if I did that part. Okay. Just going to do her eyes a little bit more. Okay. I'm sorry, Diane. It's hard. All right, so that's probably almost dry, but let's try. Let's see if this one does a resist. We'll just do like see if we can do a transfer. And that was my warm-up print. Just getting some of that red paint off. Okay. Now I'm tempted. I know that with the Neither Here Nor There book, the fluid acrylic here works better. This carbon black. So maybe we'll try that. And I need a piece of paper ready to help me push that down. All right, let's try it. So we're going to do just a very thin coat of this. I don't have the whole thing covered. Oh, now it's getting too thin. Okay, so there's the danger. Going too much. We're going to start that over. We got to start that over because it started drying and picking up itself. Yes, it's very dry where I live too. It's very dry here. Okay, let's try it again. So we got to be faster. Quickie, quickie. So this time, if I don't have the whole thing covered, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let's try that. I don't know. very sticky. Yeah, it's sort of there. This paper, I think it's because this paper quality isn't really, the paper is very thin. I think that's part of the issue. So it could work with certain coloring book pages. You can kind of see the Posca there resisted a little bit. But feel free to try it and let me know how it works for you. I think a laser print would probably be a better option. Okay, I'm going to move that out here and let's get our Pan Pastels out. So let me just move that aside. So when you're doing, I'll just show this as a magazine image transfer. Oh, let me just push this up a little bit again. So this was a magazine image transfer and I used Pan Pastels on it. And then I did a test of Pan Pastels versus makeup. And that was the test. So the makeup did pretty well. So if you don't have Pan Pastels, see, Pan Pastels are very pigmented. The makeup maybe not quite as much, but you can use them. So if you don't have Pan Pastels, try using makeup. And this was the makeup that I used. Was just this one here. Actually, I don't think it was from the dollar store. I think it was from the drugstore. Yeah, it was from the drugstore, and I got a really good discount on it. Okay, so we're going to use Pan Pastels. So I'm going to take out my Pan Pastels. And I feel like I should use some realistic colors, at least for her face. Let me grab out a piece of paper to put underneath. Yeah, that paper does have a bit of a tooth. I could try, I did do, well, I don't think inkjet works very well. Some good drugstore makeup, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to get my soft tools. And I need to change the tip. So these are the tools, the soft tools. And Pan Pastel recently got bought out by Golden. So I don't know what that means for their pricing going forward. All right, what am I missing? Paper does matter. Yes, I agree. Okay. That's a good question, Lena. I don't have any of the, I have layered cakes, but they're in like the long tins. I don't have the circular ones. Okay, so there's our Pan Pastel, and you can wipe it on Kleenex. I don't have any Kleenex. I'm just use paper towel. So let's colorize her. So I'm going to give her a little bit of a rosy cheek. And you can use this to as a palette. Now remember, whatever you put down first is going to be what shows the most. So I'm taking, I don't think you guys can see that. I'm going to just back up a bit so you can see the colors that I'm using. So you can get all my, I don't know if I can get the whole tray in there, but I'm using this magenta and this, I don't know if it's magenta tint. Okay, so I'm going to use that for her little cheeks. So whatever you put down first, that's what's going to be strongest. So I'm going to give her some pretty appley cheeks. And then I'm going to try to blend it out with a skin tone. Are you guys cutting out as well, or is it just my iPad that's cutting out? So I'm going to use this color here just to try to blend that a smidge. I don't know if it's going to blend much. And then I think next I would think about putting down my shadow colors, my shading. So I'm going to just move this out here for a second. Move this in. So I want to use, I think that's sienna. What is that? Let's see. That is burnt sienna and burnt sienna tint. So this is burnt sienna and burnt sienna tint. So never turn your pan pastels upside down because all the little crumblies will crumble. So I'm making just a little bit of a shade. And I'm sorry I'm so quiet. And we're going to have this as her like the more shaded side. So remember, the trick with the Pan Pastels and with the Gelliplate doing faces is that whatever you put down first, that is going to show the most, right? And sometimes when I do faces, I don't use like realistic colors, but I just thought for this it might be fun to use more of a realistic color palette. Push that up for you guys a little bit. Hope I'm not boring you guys too much. So I did show one of the coloring books that I was playing with this week. It was a Kirby Roseanne's coloring book. And I know a lot of people think coloring's not really art, and maybe it's not, but I think it's great practice for shading. I mean, I've watched Dee Dee do coloring books for a few years now, and I think there's a real art to it. Okay, so we've got our shading. Maybe we'll just do a little shading there. And there's a fluff. Okay, so is there a name brand for the sponges? Yes, the sponges are Soft Tools. And they usually when you buy a Pan Pastel set, it will come with the Soft Tools, SOFFT. With the dollar store, not the drugstore makeup, I just use these applicators, and it was fine for those. But hey, K-Berg. So Kathy, I was telling people that you and Colleen had done this technique recently. I should probably put a bit of shading under her nose, right? I find noses so difficult. And then we have her philtrum just a little bit. Oh, I will try not to give her a mustache. Okay, and then, okay. Now we can turn this over. If I take out my sheet here, we can turn this over to see how it's looking. So see, her cheeks look kind of funny. They're not very well blended. Let me try to add, I think it's too late, but let me try to add a bit of darkness under to see if I can get them to blend a little bit. But like I said, whatever you put down first, especially with Pan Pastel, it's going to it's really gonna be what you see first. So even though it looks a bit better from the front, from the back, it's probably gonna look similar. That looks a little better. I don't have like that white halo around as much. If you guys can see that. Yeah, acrylic paints are great too for this technique. That's what Kathy Berg and Colleen did, and I think um, Carrie Gibson, I think she did that as well. But one thing I like about the Pan Pastels is that they're a dry medium. So once this is filled in, we can go ahead and we can just pick it up, right? So I'm just adding this sort of auburn color in her hair. And let's add, should we do yellow? Let's do like a, I think this is like a yellow ochre. So we'll just kind of give her, and again, this is not, what's down is down pretty much. I can add a little bit of this. Let's see if we can try to sort of smooth it. But it's not going to be as detailed as if you colored it directly, right? But you do have to think backwards. And it's important to let your Posca dry. I'm going to add this little, I don't think this white one's going to show because I've already added the other in there, but what the heck? We'll just try that. So I don't know. I'd probably add, when it's pulled, I'll probably add some hair sketching. Okay, let's do her face and then we'll work on her crown thingy. So her face, I'm just gonna do the rest with just this pale color, except the, oopsie, I got some in her eye. The her eye, I'm gonna put some white in there. So I'm just going to do this quick. I think I'll add a bit of shading under her chin. Forgot to add that. I'll just add some shading under her chin. Then the white. It's so quiet when you stream by yourself. So Kathy and Colleen stream together, so they can always hear someone chatting or talking. But when you're streaming by yourself, the only person you hear talking is yourself, which isn't always the best in my case. Oops, kind of went out of the line there. Hey, Flo. Thanks, Flo. Well, I don't think that, Christine. I don't think coloring's not art, but some people say that. Okay, I'm going to use this gold. This Pan Pastel has a nice gold. So I'm going to use the gold and the copper. So this is the gold. It's quite lovely color. I still have to do her lips, don't I? And the Pan Pastel is highly pigmented. So let's do So I'm thinking gold, copper, and maybe the blue and green and the feathers. What do you guys think? Hi, Helen. Yeah, this is when we should be able to play music. I could sing. Do, 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 do. Yeah, probably not, hey? Whoops, that's yellow. So I'm using the gold. And let's do gold here. I'm trying to go fast because you guys are all watching, but you can definitely take your time, right? And let's do this copper. Thinking I'll do, yeah, okay. I think I've got a plan. So I didn't really plan this out ahead of time. Right now I'm thinking about my pickup color. I'm thinking I'll probably use my trusted white metallic. I think that would be cool. And for her lips, oh, I missed a spot there. Would it be weird to have copper lips? Where I could do highlights in copper? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do highlight in copper here and up there. And then we'll fill it in with that sort of her hair color. I'm just gonna add, I missed, where was it? Here, I missed this part. And I wanted to put, I felt like it was a bit lacking here. So I'm just gonna put a bit more shading just so that it's quite opaque. I still have the shading underneath, but I want the top cover to be uniform. And here we'll just kind of shade a bit more again. Okay. So if you're talking to me, if you put it in caps, I will see it better. Better. So we're going to give her copper. And of course you can use paint as well with like the Pan Pastel. Like I could use a stencil and I could stencil a background. Okay, so I'm going to add some blue and green, like sort of peacock-ish colors. So here's my colorful tray. There we go. So I think for her headdress, I'm going to use I'm going to use this green color here with maybe a bit of this green. And then for the feathers, I'm going to add this blue with some of the greens, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to start with sort of the highlight colors of that green. I think that was supposed to be her hair right there. So I'm just going to go back while I got it not too far and do that as her hair. Oh, I want to put her lip color. I think we'll use this sort of, this one here. Nice dark lips with the copper highlights. We'll see how that looks. And then, oh yeah, I gotta do the white. So I've got my white here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the white in. I'm just rubbing the soft tool off on the paper towel to remove the color. So one of these is white and one's a blender. So that's a blender, so that's not colored. I'm gonna use this white here to do the highlight in her eye and the whites of her eye. And then we're going to make her have, do you guys want to do green eyes or blue eyes? Since we're going to be doing those green and blue in the feathers. What do you guys want to do? Now the other thing when you use Pan Pastels on the Gelliplate is you pick it up with an acrylic. That's how you get it off. And that pretty much seals it from the underneath. So I don't usually find that I have to use a spray fixative. If you're doing Pan Pastel directly on paper, you definitely have to use a fixative, right, Dee Dee? Okay, and then we use the blue. Use blue and green in these little what do you call them? I don't know. Patterns. And I did leave, I think I have to add copper here too. Did anybody say what color of eyes they want? Do you guys vote blue or green for her eyes? This one needs a little bit more. Green. Shelley said green. Okay, we'll do green. So we'll do a light green, maybe here on the bottom. And then we'll do that darker green. It's pretty bright though on the rest. Good choice, Shelley. I like that. Okay, so now let's go crazy with her feathers. So I don't want to take a lot of time with this. Whoops, it's the wrong color. What we could do is I could put some blue and green and then we could use a colored paint to fill it in and then use white on the rest of her. That might be worthwhile. I just feel like it's going to take a lot of time. Maybe I'll use a metallic blue for the pickup, and then that'll look good with the green. Oh, I forgot to do the middle part here, didn't I? And then the light green. I think I got a bit of copper in there. Looks great. Take your time. It's hard to take your time when you're streaming, isn't it? Da, 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 da. Let's see. Maybe if I focus on doing like certain parts of it, then it won't be as overwhelming. Go color by color. I'll still use the metallic blue, I think, to fill in some of the areas though. Okay, let's do some green. Oops, that's the wrong green. And it's also hard to read chat when I'm focused like this. So if you want to catch my attention, feel free to put it in uppercase. All right, let's throw in some of this bright green. I'm tempted to put like a really dark blue in the spaces and hope that the metallic paint will kind of like the colored metallic paint will pick it up. I don't really, if you wanted to do this well, you'd have to have some patience. Coloring takes patience. It can be very relaxing. I don't think, for me, I don't think I would feel comfortable. That's my pop coloring on stream. I don't think I could talk enough to make it interesting for people. And I don't really feel, I don't know. I like to watching people that know what they're doing when they're coloring. I don't know that I know what I'm doing, you know. Like I like watching Dee color and quite a few other color people, colorists. I would love for Christine Cat and Paste to have a coloring channel, but it's a lot of work to be streaming, and I understand why she wouldn't want to. Sometimes I don't know if I'm gonna, how long I'll continue streaming. I don't have a lot of stories to tell, I don't think. Although I will say, today when Dee Dee was talking about her printer, how it made like a glug 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 sound. Sometimes my husband, like if I'm drinking coffee or something, he'll make that noise while I'm drinking, and that makes me laugh. I'm going to fill in with some of this darker blue. So this is ultramarine blue. That's what I've been using. And this is ultramarine blue shade. So it's a darker version. So I'm just kind of go into some of these spaces here and just kind of fill it in with that darker. It's ultramarine, but to me, it almost looks like Prussian blue. So I'm just going to fill it in kind of close to where she is here, and then maybe we'll fade it out to maybe a turquoise blue. That might be interesting. Or we could use a turquoise sorry, lost my thought. A turquoise metallic blue for the pickup. Just on the hair though. I don't think I'd want to do it on the face. What the heck, let's throw in some turquoise. Let's do that. We'll just make it light. Oh, I gotta fill that in. Let's do a green here. So I'm not going for like super full coverage. I'm still planning to do that metallic blue. Probably not the PBO though, because the PBO is very so that's the wrong one. The PBO is very it's got like a violet shift in it, and I don't think I want any violet in this. Okay, let's turn it over. I feel like I've missed some spots. Definitely missed some spots because I'm looking at an angle. So I'm just going to stand up for a second. I'm just going to add a few areas here and there. I do like this dark green too. It's pretty cool. It's not dark. It's not super dark. This green, I'll let you know, is it is permanent. It's called permanent green. And remember, if you don't have Pan Pastels, you can use makeup. Oops, wrong one again. Okay. I'm getting bored. You guys must be falling asleep. Okay, let's turn it over. Okay, this side's missing a lot. I still got to fill in there. And by her mouth here, it's not very full. Like it's just gonna take off some of that green. I'm gonna add a little bit of that sienna. Just a little bit here. And then just that light sienna or sienna tint. Now when you pull your Pan Pastel with the acrylic paint, you will have, see, that's better. It's better there. You will definitely have some left on the plate. And you can sometimes do like a pretty good shadow print, or ghost print, I should say. But no, it was this side that had lots of spaces. So I'm just kind of go in here, and right here I want to add more of that dark blue, I think, right there. Just dabbing a bit to make it look more more abstract. But again, it's whatever is down first that's going to show the most. I'm leaving this open here. Okay. Oh, above her eyebrow was missing. Should have two soft tools going because you have this a lot of pigment to get off. I'm just going to use this other one here. Okay. Relaxing. Okay, Helen. All right, let's do it. I'll move this out of the way. You do not want to get paint in your Pan Pastels. So I'm putting them on a table behind me. Okay, so I'm going to use, this is probably going to look better on here than it's going to look on the pole, but it's fun. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a, oh, I forgot to do gold there. The bronze in the middle. Whoopsie daisy. Just a little bit of bronze here and here. Okay. So I'm thinking this ice blue metallic for the top part. And then I have a nice white metallic if I can find it. But I'm running low, so this is a good one. And then I want to get my paper ready. So I'm going to use my nice hammer mill, my hammer mill paper. It's a little bit the thicker poundage. That's what I'm going to use here. So I think I'm going to put the blue first and then the white. And I'm going to use the blue. I'm going to use the small brayer to do the blue so I keep it contained up here. And then I'm going to do white over the whole thing. That's my plan. You can buy them individually. You can buy Pan Pastels in sets of like 5, I think, which is quite economical. I bought mine on sale. I bought a set of 20 portrait set. And then I bought, I think it was a still life set of 20 on sale. It was, there was some duplicates though, but I gave the duplicates to a friend of mine because there's no way I'm going to use all of these in my lifetime, right? So I'm going to make sure, I'd rather have too much paint than not enough paint. If I don't have enough paint, I can always stop, wait, and then come back to it. So I'm going to do the blue here. And it's a very light blue, so if some of it gets on her hair or whatever, that's okay. And that's way too much, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to use this sprayer. Maybe I should use my big brayer. I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to start just going forward. I'm not going to pull back yet until I have my white paint where I want it. There we go. And now I can kind of go back and forth a bit. If some of the blue gets underneath, it's a bit chunky there though. I think I'll spread it with this just to even it out. There's a chunk right here though, that's not going to pick up. So I'm pushing quite hard because I want to fill in where those chunks were. And then I'm going to go soft, soft. Sorry, I'm out of frame. Put our paper on. And I was a bit crooked, but that's okay. And give it a good rub. If I had a brayer, I would use it, but I don't have one. Dee mentioned the other day she almost called her brayer a bunion. I told my husband that because when he jelly plated with me, he kept saying it's a briar. So for brayers, but for the Baron, I should say, Dee said she was calling it a bunion. I thought my husband would think that was funny. He did. He laughed. And I'm going to have a little piece of chocolate, even though I have painty hands. Hi, Gina. Now, normally I would turn this over to show you, but I think we're going to leave it as a reveal. We're going to keep the suspense. Wait for it. Wait for it. So you got to let that dry. While it's drying, I'm going to pick up this little doodaddy. A staple item, Lena, or a staple? I think a staple, hey? Now, I did mention last week that I could do a giveaway this week, so I could do that while we're waiting for that to dry. I don't have a piece of paper ready. Let's pick it up on our coloring book page here. Okay. All right, so let's put that aside. I'm just going to give these a wipe. And let's do a quick giveaway. Don't enter any numbers in yet. This is going to be for international, everybody. So I'm in Canada. So if you're in Canada or if you're anywhere, you can enter. I just send my giveaways regular mail, though. I don't send them like registered or anything like that. You have to be willing to send me your address, either by email or on social media. If we're friends on Instagram or Facebook, I can grab your address that way. We can figure it out depending on who wins. We can discuss it. So I'm just going to grab, I put aside a few things for the giveaway. Let me move this out of the way. So I kind of went through my old stack. This is actually not a jelly print. That's a paper that Dee sent me in a giveaway, and I did. It's a reverse coloring page. I did one half for my scavenger hunt. I had this half left over, and I still have a whole sheet to myself, so I thought I would share that. And then I've got this little transfer on. This is a transfer from Neither Here Nor There. Let me just bring you guys in a bit. This is an image transfer from Neither Here Nor There book on tissue. This was when I was doing the Akua inks with Kathy Arbor. So this is one of the leftover prints, and I used acrylic ink to stamp on it using some foam stamps from PM Artist Studio. This was one of my prints from the Akua ink session, and that's my wonky blocks stencil. That was one of the leftover prints when I was making some of my sea life. That's another PM Artist Studio mask. That's a PM Artist Studio mask used for that. This is one of my original image transfers I did way back in the day. It's not very good, but I thought someone might want it maybe for a Halloween journal, but I'm going to be folding it to fit in the envelope. And then this was a leftover print from when I did the black tissue, black deli paper that Dee Dee had sent me. So that's a leftover print. And then I thought what I'll do is I'll throw in one of my stencil designs. I think I got a few extra 5x7s. I've got the cubes, the wonky blocks, and the wonky O's. Let's do the wonky blocks. I'll add that. I'll probably have to cut the edges down a bit. So that will be part of the giveaway as well. And I thought it'd be good to do that one because that is the same stencil that I used to make this print, just a smaller size version. Thanks, Dee Dee. So that's going to be our little giveaway, and I'm going to fold it up and fit it in this little envelope here. So we're going to do numbers 1 to 100. Don't take your number out. Just the first one with the number closest without going over will be good. And Dar put a link to my stencil designs. Thank you, Dar. And shout out to PM Artist Studio for having me as one of their designers. They stream Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. So basically they don't stream Wednesdays and Fridays. And then if you're at their site and you're not a Mucky Muck or Loverly member, you can use Devon Fan 10 on anything. I think it's for orders 35 and over to get a little bit of a 10% discount. So there you go. There you have it. Now, I did show some of my newer designs last time. This is the Hippy Dippy. We used that one last time. So just check the website. There's lots of cool stencils and stamps. I'm probably going to be making an order from them for some more stencils and some stamps soon. All right, so let me do my split screen. I got to get random.org. And I apologize that I was not able to interact with chat a whole lot today because of, I lost my YouTube. Let's try that again. Because of the project required a lot of my eyesight. Okay, let's try this again. Split view, random.org. Random number. Oh, we're currently experiencing problems. Oh, Uh-oh. Huh. Let's see. Is there another random number generator? One to 100. Oh, wait a second. Here's a different one. We'll have to do this one. Minimum 1 to 100. So this is not random.org. It's I think it's a Google one. Okay. So does everybody have their numbers in? I'm going to enter stop. Okay, so minimum is 1, max is 100. So we're going to generate a number, 92. So the closest to 92 without going over. Hello, random esports. So I'm going to write down the number 92 because I get confused after a while. I'm going to sticky. And again, before we pull our last print, I appreciate everybody coming to my streams. And I appreciate you spending your time with me, or if you're watching the replay, hopefully you're watching it on fast, fast forward. Okay, so 92. Who is closest to 92? Diane Bell is at 88. I think that's the closest, right? Awesome. So Diane, I think I still need your new address. And I never did get the snark card back in the mail. So did it ever arrive to you? So you can message me your new address on Facebook Messenger, because I think that's where we've communicated before. All right. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Charmaine. All right. So Diane, you're winning the wonky blocks, wonky blocks. Wonky blonk. That sounds like a country dance. We're doing the wonky blonk. Anyways, wonky blocks, and then a lot of these papers, and it's gonna, I might be able to, because you're in Canada, I might be able to send it flat. So I'll try to send it to you flat. And I'm embarrassed because I know you do awesome image transfers, and this image transfer is a little rough. So if you don't want this image transfer, let me know. I'll save it for someone else in a different giveaway if you want. Okay. Ooh, Diane Bell, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. I think I'm too close. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. I think I'm going to have a chocolate just to... Yeah, Dan, let me know if you don't want it, and I can just save it for someone else. Because I know you do awesome image transfers. So some of the icy blue did get behind the lady, but you know what? I think that's okay. I like it. I like it a lot. There's Lucy. And then we can do, we'll do a pickup print of this ghost print. So there we go. I like her. What do you guys think? I'll, let me just put her on this, and then I can bring it close. So here she is. She does look like an Art Nouveau lady. You can see the shimmer. That's the white metallic, and a little bit of the blue got in there, but I'm not mad at that. So I could add some like stripiness to her hair to make it look more like hair. Sorry, Lucy's barking. So I think she looks good, and that didn't take a lot of time. And you could still do shading with colored pencils because the Pan Pastel. So I'll show you if I have a piece of my hand that's not. So here's my finger. If I do this, you see I don't have anything on my finger. Now I'll go in the blue so you can see. That's a little blue. A little bit came off, but most stayed on. So I don't usually fix these. But you could still go in and use your colored pencils to add details. But I do like where it's missing how the shimmer comes through. And you can see the gold and the copper from the Pan Pastel are gorgeous. They're very nice. Sorry about Lucy. All right, let's do a quick and dirty pickup. So with this, what I would do is I think I would just pick it up and then fill in the details with the pen after. No, there's no storms here. It's just, I don't know what she's barking at. She's just being herself. Sometimes the garbage truck goes by on Wednesdays at this time, but I didn't see the garbage truck. Hi, Janet. Oh, I'm so sorry, Janet. Okay, let's do our pickup with, I'm thinking we could do the white metallic again, or if we used a craft paint, we could actually use colored pencils over top, a little bit easier. So let's do craft paint. It's not always the best for pickup. I could do this sea spray on the top and white. Do I have a white craft paint? I think I do. But where is it? Hello, hello, white craft paint. Just go to my backup supply section. White craft. And I'm going to be moving all this stuff very soon. Hopefully it won't take me too long to get reorganized, but I don't plan on interrupting my regular streams. I might not be able to make it to everybody's streams as often. Where's the white? I don't have my white craft paint. That's weird. Should we use this green? That's weird. She's going to have like green lines. I really wanted white. Well, maybe we'll use just regular. I'll just use regular titanium white. Yes, Shelley, that was a black Posca. But I think you could use alcohol marker as well. But it's a little harder to clean your plate. So this one we'll do. Let's do this one as an ombre. So unfortunately, I don't seem to be able to locate my white craft paint. Oh, I think I need more white. And let's do this blue. What's this? Patina. Yeah, and when I pull this, Lena, there'll still be some left on the plate, but usually I max it out at one pull. After that, it's really not worthwhile. But you can use pit pens. Since I don't have craft paint, you can use like a pit pen to fill it in, or I'm thinking, what's the other? You could use Posca paint pen again to fill it in. And that's a lot of paint. That's way too much paint. Okay, let's do that. And I don't have a piece of paper ready. This one I'm going to pull on more of a linen finish, a cream colored linen finish, just to see the difference in the texture. Hi, Barbara Clark. You think so, Christine? That's what Lucy's saying? Why am I so far out of film, out of camera here? So hopefully I haven't been off camera the whole time. Bye, Dee Dee. Thanks so much for coming. Have a great day. So that's going to take a little bit of time to dry. So she's going to look kind of ghostly. Ooh. So then I think you'd want to fill in the details with something. And not all that's going to come up. So like I used color book page that Dee Dee sent me. You could use a magazine page. You could use, doesn't have to be a person. Carrie the crafter, he did flowers. You could do, you could go to the dollar store and pick up, they have coloring books that are very simple. I'll show you a couple. For example, if you don't feel like you want to trace a magazine because it's too difficult, you could get something simple like a dollar store coloring book, and they have some very simple images. You could do like the zebra, owl, you know, just keep it simple. Like this one here has a cute fox in it, a pineapple, there's a bear. That would be, the bear would be a little difficult. You could do clothing, a little monkey. There you go, Janet. I'm going to send you that monkey picture. Oh, look, and there's glasses on the other side. So I'm going to send that to Janet. Janet's going to receive that. I've got some happy mail going to her. So Janet, you're going to get that little monkey guy too. So this was the coloring page that this one was based off of. And you can also see it's going to be reversed, right? Because you're putting this under the jelly plate, you're tracing it, and then you're pulling it off. So it's going to be the mirror image, right? So you could definitely add more shading. It's a very flat picture, but it was fun. I do like the gold pan pastel. I think that's pretty cool. Good call on the green eyes, Shelly. I appreciate that. That was a good call. All right, let me pull this up. I know, Janet. Yes, it was a black Posca pen. You could use a black pen to do it. So this is, ooh, the turquoise was a bad choice. Almost obliterated her. But you could, you know, she's still there a little bit. So for example, where the Posca is, there's almost no paint. There's very little paint there. Let me grab some color pencils, see if we can do something in a couple minutes here. Or you can use some Pitt pens. Grab. See if we can make something work here. So here I've got some flesh tones. So I could probably try another pull, maybe just with white. Let's do that while we're waiting. Well, I'm going to play with this a little bit. I'm just going to do white on this one, and we'll see if it looks better. I think the turquoise was a bad choice. Should have kept it simple. Okay, we'll see if we can get two ghost prints. Okay, where's paper? This time I'll just use the plain white. This will be our experiment. Okay, so here we could do is we could use, actually we could use this gold pen to separate her. Hold on camera. So we could use this gold pen to kind of give her a new headdress, right? Sorry, not talking again. And then we could definitely add some doodles. So I'm just gonna do that. So we've kind of managed to like carve out where her hair starts, right? And then we can use thanks, Sherry. Hi, Annette. So I'm not 100%. It's working pretty good on here. I'm just using a bit of colored pencil. I'll probably use white, black on her. Let's use so this is a Pip pen. Oops. I always find left eyelash is more difficult. Hopefully my big schnoz isn't in the way. Like making this a little bit bigger. And then we'll try to I'm not a huge eyelash person. I'll just put a few little ones on the bottom. Oops. Okay, and then we can do, I do have Pit pens here. Oh, that's too pink. That's too brown. I think colored pencils are a little bit safer. Let me get a red one. So here's a red colored pencil. So I'm just going over where the Posca was for this ghost print. And shading up a little bit. And then we could use the same color for her hair, right? I could use a reference picture, it'd probably be smart. But I'm too lazy. So you could spend a lot of time and you could like totally, but again, this Pan Pastel, it's on there. It's not, you don't have to fix it or use a fixative, I should say. Okay, and then we can use, I have this Do some shading, kind of fill in where the Posca was, you know. You could add some, doodle in some pearls or something on her dress. And here we could use our gold pen to put her earrings back in. Etc. So that's kind of the idea. So we could use, maybe use this to shade under here. Oh, she needs some eyebrows. Anyways, I could use white paint to block that out. So anyways, so we could, you know, do a lot of doodling in her hair. So that's Gen 2. Let's see what Gen 3 looks like. And then this one's going to be even fainter. But you can see that because I didn't use wacky colors, you can see it more. So you could do the same thing, right? You could do a lot of doodling around there, which I'm not going to bore you with, but I could do it and then post it. But here, because I used the white, you get a lot more of that detail. You still get quite a bit of detail from the stamping. It's almost like negative stamping now, right? And we could probably pick up another one. There's still quite a bit left on there. So maybe what I'll do is I will do my after show by myself, and I'll just see how many ghost prints I can get. And oh, here I would definitely color in the green eyes. Let me just get some green. I can't leave her with just eyes that aren't fabulous. Where's, just trying to grab, what's this color? 23. You could even change her eye color. I can make them aqua. But here, I'm just gonna make, just gonna color in her eyes a little bit. Sorry, I said I was leaving and then I changed my mind. So just very simple, which kind of brings us around to the whole color book idea, where I think I really enjoy using color books and to play with color. Do you say color books or you say coloring books? I don't know. So there, so I just colored in her eyes. Okay. So I'm going to just end here. I'm going to do that, and we'll put our big one in the middle. And I will also write down the name of the coloring book that this image was from, because Dee Dee, she colored some pages in it, and this was from a giveaway from her channel. So there we have variations in our theme. And I use Pan Pastels. A lot of people will use just paint to paint it in. Coloring books. Thank you. Oh, Joanne, I think you're behind, because we did the giveaway a long time ago, but you're not going to see that. I'm just going to type in. All right. Okay, I'm just going to check chat to see if I missed anything. Hey, Shelly C. So, Diane, you like the way her hair turned out on the ghost print? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And like I could add lines to this one too to fill it in more. This one looks more like stained glass to me. Thanks, Annette. Thanks, Julie. That's okay, Joanne. We're just glad you came to the party. You won't hear this for a while, I don't think, though. Thank you to my mods, to Dar and to Janet. And I never really know what I'm going to be doing until like the day before or the morning of. So sometimes I just kind of schedule like a generic stream, you know, and not necessarily like a thumbnail that's sort of generic. It's not really showing what I'm going to actually do, but yeah, so I'm going to do a test and see how many ghost prints I get from that, and we'll kind of doll up a few of them, and I'll post them on Facebook and on Instagram, perhaps do some doodling. Thanks, Barbara. All right, so thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a great day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, for those that celebrate it, and I hope you all keep well. Okay, bye-bye.